guessed it, Bull's deep prediction magic is at it once again. A new Black Bull member has just been revealed and we all saw this coming a mile away. Boy, is everyone happy. Nero, known as Secre Swallowtail, is now a Black Bull member recruited by Yami. This is one of the most epic moments Black Clover has ever created, similar to how all the members came to save Finro against Langris. Asta finds himself to be in a similar situation where he is sentenced to death for crimes he hasn't committed. We were all wondering, where the hell are all the other magic knights at a time like this? And once again, Tabata delivers with epicness we all wanted. Although we all saw this coming, it still worked. Giving exactly what your fans want and what they have predicted isn't always bad. It depends on the context, of course. I mean, were we all expected to just sit there and watch Asta die?
Right on.
Get out there! Get out there!
Hell no, this is a shonen. Asta is the protagonist. This anime isn't going to end till he is the Wizard King.
Of course!
Okay, so following up from last week, Black Clover had revealed Asta's secret about having a devil to everyone within the Clover Kingdom. This causes everyone to think he is behind the attacks on the kingdom caused by the devil, as the royals are corrupt. The royals want to maintain their power and reputation within the kingdom. Therefore, the new character Damnatio manipulated the situation so Asta would take on the blame on why they failed to protect the kingdom as it is destroyed. We as readers, we know the truth, goddammit. We know the word magic devil manipulated everything and that the descendants of the royals 500 years ago are the ones that killed the elves. This makes things just as frustrating for us as well as the characters. This is why Tabata makes us relate to them so well, because we want them to succeed. We feel just as much passion for justice as Asta does himself. This results in fans and the characters wanting the culture of the Clover Kingdom to change for the greater good because of what we know, the truth. We all wait in anticipation till Damnatio is brought to real justice that Asta was proclaiming in court in this very chapter. Now, is this good writing? Yeah, it is, but sometimes it is predictable. Bull's deep prediction magic is just way too powerful. Now, please don't get me wrong, because this isn't inherently a bad thing since you shouldn't fix what isn't broken, and I really enjoy reading Black Clover and I support the show and I really like Tabata. However, things such as William or Patry not being punished, or Asta having no ramifications for defeating the most overpowered villain in Black Clover history that Yami himself explicitly explained to us in a diagram, for God's sake. I mean, if you think about this balls deep style, literally no one died in the elf arc, everything turned back to normal. In fact, everyone got buffed, Julius got nerfed and came back to life, and the Eye of the Midnight Sun is no more. That's about it. That's the whole arc summarized and its impact on the series. Let's just say this isn't no Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter kills off characters for their mistakes, or characters such as Gon lose what makes them human for their actions and selfishness. I guess what I'm trying to say is I want Black Clover to do the type of stuff it's doing now, and I'm glad. I'm excited for the outcome of this arc. I want to see the gritty political aspects of real life portrayed in the manga, which will make things more dark. I think Tabata does a great job of making things a bit more serious in the anime by portraying a corrupt monarchy and how should society deal with prejudice, since we all deal with this type of problem one way or another in real life. So what I'm personally hoping for from this arc is the consequences of one's actions and the philosophy to be explored. Now, I know you can argue that I do believe Tabata is trying to do this by making Asta be the fall guy for using his devil powers from the previous arc, but I really do hope for this fairy tale vibe where friendship is everything and prevails all problems you face in life. Oh my god. You know, because in my opinion that is entirely not true. Some things in life are much more complicated than that, especially the problem the Clover Kingdom has, which is prejudice. Personally, I think sometimes fire needs to be met with fire, fam. I want Asta to do some badass shit and kill some of these royals. Is that too much to ask? I hate these mother. They are so rude to my guy in this chapter 2 yet again. I guess I know I'm being unrealistic to ask Asta of this, but I do hope for Black Clover to get a bit darker, kinda like Berserk. I mean, come on, Tabata said Berserk inspired him entirely on creating the show. Yet in 220 chapters we have not had any serious deaths or pivotal moments that changed the course of the anime forever. Think about it, Tabata's writing skills are good and he's fully capable of doing this because we do care. We do care about the Black Bulls and where their story ends. We do hate the villains as we should because of good reason. There is great character development of what we know about them that makes us angry. This is how a villain should be written. Not like the word magic devil that had no backstory or reason to be evil to justify his actions. We just had to accept the fact that he was the evil dude behind everything without knowing why and how he pulled it off exactly. Damnatio Kira seems to be the opposite of this. He is set up really well, where he is intelligent, part of royal history, and is corrupt. His character is interlinked with the entire Black Clover universe that has been introduced to us so far and the lore that we have learned. I mean, the chapters have done a great job so far to personify his character, as Mimosa states in 218 that he even judged his own father, which means his loyalty only resides within his own agenda. I give props to Tabata for this. I mean, some would say after all these reveals in this chapter, you know what I'm saying, the elves were right to get revenge on the Clover Kingdom fam, because the leaders and nobles are literal trash. Now let's talk about this week's chapter in detail. So we all know from last week, Asta has been convicted as a devil that caused the destruction of the Clover Kingdom. The public and royal families have been told stories of demons and what they look like by their ancestors through tales. Noel mentions this in chapter 216. So naturally, due to the tales of old, everyone in the Clover Kingdom thinks all devils are evil. This is Asta's problem because this is where he draws all his powers from. We don't know what the anti-magic demon's backstory is or what his intentions are. We know they are a race from another world, but does that mean all demons are evil? In my opinion, no, not necessarily. They are just another race like the elves or humans, for example. Not all elves are good or evil. Just like humans in the Clover Kingdom, they could also be good and evil, right? So this could be the case for demons, dwarfs, and any other race Tabata introduces. We as a species are very complex. Asta is a character that is driven by moral justice, whilst Damnatio Kira is the polar opposite. Their clash of ideology in the chapter on what is right and wrong is what will drive this message home and this arc. So now that Damnatio Kira is trying to frame Asta, the chapter begins with his picture on the news and everyone reacting to what has been proclaimed. Just like all the characters, we as readers are reacting in the manner that they are. We all love Asta and know the actions he has taken to save the kingdom. The people he has interacted with through his journey do not agree with anything the propaganda is trying to state. This parallels much into real life yet again, because we have to remember Tabata is heavily inspired from the French Revolution as well, it seems. This is why the first wizard King Lumiere has a French name which means light, a metaphor meaning the light within the darkness, the spark that begins the fire. The French Revolution that began in 1789 literally, and I mean literally, suffered the same problems of prejudice and corruption that the Clover Kingdom has in the anime. The royalty during the French Revolution used the same tactics of propaganda on commoners to make sure they would retain power. It was only after the righteous commoners that joined together to fight against tyranny of that time. The commoners had no power, they had no status, no food before the revolution started, and that's when they created their groups. Again, this is just like Black Clover with the Magic Knight squads and Asta being the character that inspires the people, and this is why I love Black Clover. Also, just to mention, the royals have messed up now since they have publicly announced Asta has devil powers, and this is why the prediction of Julius is gonna come true since the whole world has found out about what he has. This is why the Spade Nation of demons will invade to come kill Asta or get him or destroy the nation. What if the demon they worship ordered this, or they don't want another kingdom having this amazing power for their own use? This information being on the newspaper could easily leak to the other kingdoms, and this is why the prediction specifically stated by Julius says the invasion of the kingdom and the death of Asta is interlinked. Moving on, we see the building explode whilst Asta being judged for execution. We all know who did this, but the chapter sure takes its time fully revealing it, like we don't know who these people are even though we know what they look like. I will say it did make the whole scene a lot more epic though. Like, this was what we love about Black Clover, seeing the Black Bulls back each other up. They're all one big family, and we all know Asta would do the same thing for any of them, so this is such a satisfying moment. This is another great thing about Black Clover. It keeps all the minor characters relevant so we don't forget about them. It juggles them pretty well. Other shonen don't do this. I especially actually love Yami on what he states about Asta, saying he is a man among men, and has acknowledged him. I mean, come on, Senpai has noticed me, even exposing how the royals lied to the Magic Knights on when the trial was, exposing their corruption. And I also like what Zora stated about Asta being selfish, because, you know, technically he is sometimes, as he makes a lot of decisions based on emotions all the time, and that can be kind of dangerous. Okay, I need to stop dick riding, you know what I'm saying. What's more is they even said they don't care if this is treason, they don't care if they're breaking the law, and if they wanted criminals, who cares? They're trying to save Asta. This is what makes them so badass, so savage. This is what we all expected. This is what we all wanted. Now, of course, when the royals saw them, they immediately started saying judgmental things and are obviously biased towards the bulls. If it was any other squad, they'd react quite differently. Even if it was the Golden Dawn, who had the most reincarnated members that destroyed their very kingdom that they love so much and were going to retain the power, I think they're kind of retarded, you know what I'm saying? They still would have been more likely to listen to the Golden Dawn, right? On another note, did you hear what Yami said? Like, my guy, he flat out revealed that Nero is now a member of the Black Bulls. I knew this was going to happen because, you know, Bull's deep prediction magic is just way too powerful, and I'm happy. I like Nero's character and the power she has. Look, think about the devil arc, right? She overbuffed Asta to the point to help him kill the word magic devil, right? I don't think there is any other Magic Knight squad that can defeat the Black Bulls anymore, fam. I mean, Charmy herself in half dwarf form is already as powerful as a captain herself. Asta is vice captain or captain level already too. Yami is, fuck it, you know what? Yami is Wizard King level, fam. Vanessa can control destiny. Luck got a buff from being an elf before, so he's vice captain level 2. Noelle got an insane buff, fam. Like, I think she's vice captain level at least 2. Like, what the fuck, fam? Who's gonna beat these guys, fam? Like, bruh! Look at that double page spread, though! Oh my god, look at that shit! So basically, all of them not caring about treason and saving Asta is blessed. They pretty much will exile Asta instead of killing him now, because now the royals have to make a decision. Should we risk getting invaded and lose the second best Magic Knight squad worth of power by killing all of them for treason, or should we only exile Asta? Like, do we need to lose that much military power because of Julius's predictions? If they're that stupid, oh my god. Anyway guys, that's everything I wanted to say about the chapter. Let me know your opinion in the comment section below. Also follow me on Instagram or Twitter, hit the notification button, and I'll see you guys next time.